we have a couple of new releases, new announcements from a couple of boutique labels to talk about today. Yeah, we're going and talk about Arrow first. Well, you know what? Let's talk about Synapse because they have just one thing to announce, but it's kind of legit, and I think a lot of you guys are going to love this one. So, yeah, we have Trick or Treat, the 1980s, not the recent one, the 1980s one, 4K UHD, Blu-ray and CD with a 60-page booklet, a collector's card set, and a double-sided poster. Synapse is actually releasing three different covers here. You got A, B, and C, or you could buy all three for $200. Otherwise, it's $66.66. I love it, dude. I've never seen this movie. I've heard a lot about it, of course. Uh, $66. I mean, that is a lot. That is a lot for. I mean, if you guys in chat seen it, like, it looks like a lot of fucking fun. Let's be real here. But this is the one release they have. Let's kind of see what else they have here. And he takes their time, but it's time well spent. They made Suspiria look out of this world. I need to buy the Suspiria disc for sure. Um, that's one of those like heavily celebrated. I think it's super rare too, right? Fun watch. I just wish the final act was stronger. Ah, that's a bummer. You know, like it's a bummer when the last act, especially like in a genre movie like that, to to be the weakest one. That's how I felt about this Mexican B movie I watched recently. Terror traffickers, basically just a bunch of terrorists. Um, and it starts off so goddamn fucking good. Like there's this shootout like in the middle of the city. Like it's clearly like a studio backlot. Like it's all just nondescript empty buildings, but like the editing, the camera work is absolutely awesome. And then the fucking third act is just like a dude giving directions over the god like to an like literally the climactic action scene of this fucking movie. Hold on, I gotta fucking put this on widescreen because I'm fucking livid about this. All right, the movie starts off like awesome with this, like these large scale for a B movie at least like action scenes. And these are like Mexican B movies, so they're doing some wild shit like for real in a very unsafe way with this really awesome, like I said, shootout sequence, and then it constricts into this small like hostage movie, and then the movie ends with like the bad guys like basically the end of this movie, the big climactic scene is like this housewife and her daughter like trying to land a plane while somebody gives them directions of how to do it like over the mic the headset and shit, and he literally films the whole thing where she fails once, she has to go back up, go around, fails twice, go back around, like go back up and go around, and then try it for the third time, and it's the most fucking boring thing, dude. Yeah, it's frustrating because I mean I'm not one of those guys who thinks like the whole movie should hinge on your ending, but it is what the audience walks away feeling, you know. I saw this so long ago. These rock horror movies aren't my thing. I remember this was okay. I mean, Rock and Roll High School is pretty dope, though, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just a Ramones fan, but it is probably the best of the heavy metal horror films. Well, you know, that's legit. Then, we also have, and I've never actually checked this. I never actually checked out this company before, but Mondo Macabro, what they're. Let me see. Let me get this. Let me get these dudes up right here. Mondo Macabro. I feel like I should be saying macabre or macabro. Mondo Macabro. I don't know. It feels weird, but that's what it's called. Mondo Macabro. They just announced 4 new releases here. I am hesitant to show that on the big screen because it's got nudity on the cover, but it is The Punishment. Goddamn. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't want to get fucking in trouble here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get past the large naked woman on the cover here. I can't. Okay, literally nothing I can't show about this without showing some nudity. So let's just move on to the next release here, which is Girl Slaves of Morgana Le Fay. Let me see. It's from France in 1971. Driving in their car through Avon one summer, two young girls, Anne and Francois, find themselves in the kingdom of mythic Morgana, queen of the fairies. Ever since Merlin taught her his skills centuries ago, Morgana has gone on living by obtaining the souls of the young women who passed through her kingdom. In exchange, she gives the captives who agree to her pact an eternal youth and beauty. Those who refuse her, those who refuse her, grow old and ugly in the dungeons of her castle. Okay, and it has a brand new 4K restoration from the original negative. It's region free with audio commentary from writer director Bruno Gantillon, interviews with Bruno Cantillon, Dominic Del Pierre, and a short film by Bruno Cantillon, an artistic couple trailer. All right, yeah, that's legit. It also comes with a 24-page full color booklet, four double-sided cool full color art cards, and posters. 2,000 numbered copies, and they will be sent out randomly. Let's watch a trailer for this. See if it's any good. Girl slaves. Let me get this sent up here. Let's see. Girl slaves of Morgana Le Fay. Let's see. All right, we got a theatrical trailer right here.
Faites demi-tour. Ne dépassez pas le village.
They're forbidding the name. Shall be power up.
Emporte-la.
Dude's name is
Nous avons
Earth.
préparé. Lesbos, terre des nuits chaudes et langoureuses, qui font qu'à leur miroir stérile.
I think it's interesting that they cut to the word like lesbos when she's like hovering over her lips like that. With digital cameras nowadays, yesterday's trash movies now have extra value to them. Well, I mean, it's crazy what you can do with the restoration.
Aux yeux creux de leurs corps
Makes all like
amoureuses,
cameras of their own. Oh
caressent
shit!
les
Okay,
frimures de
fuck,
leur
man, I
nudité.
can't fucking show anything about this. All right, so clearly it's an erotic film. All right. I don't think how much of this can I actually all right, this one at least seems violent, which America's all for. It's called Bohachi Bushido from Japan, 1973. Legendary actor Tetsuo Tanba stars as Shiro, a master swordsman who is wary of the world of samurai honor and samurai killing, and so attempts suicide rather than finishing a fight. He is saved by the Bohachi clan, a gang of pimps who have forsaken all honor and whose cynicism outruns even his own. But ultimately, even he tires of their nihilistic worldview, leading to a final showdown in the snow. That one sounds really good. Full of flying limbs, naked lady ninjas, drug-induced hallucinations, and cackling villains, Bohachi Bushido is one of directors Ishii's most deranged and impressive spectacles. We're extremely excited to bring you the world HD disc debut of this incredible cult film in the brand new exclusive 4K restoration. So it is on 4K. Let me see. The UHD is HDR enhanced with commentaries, interviews, booklets, and all that good stuff. Yeah, no, I saw right there. I guess Synapse. You seem like a cool company. I'm low key kind of like interested in Bohachi Bushido, but I feel like I feel like I can't fucking show. I can't show any of you guys' products, unfortunately. Hopefully, their next release won't have so much goddamn nudity in their trailers and stuff. And then saving the biggest announcements for last because fucking Arrow just announced a fucking huge, huge amount of hits here. So let's see. The first one, now this one I've never heard before. It's William Shatner's Incubus. It is often said that films about the devil are cursed with bad luck, but Leslie Stevenson's Incubus might be the most cursed of them all. Holy shit. By the time it premiered in 1966, two of its stars had tragically taken their own lives. The eccentric director's insistence on filming in the obscure Esperanto language ensured it failed to receive any distribution, and it was nearly lost forever when the original elements were believed lost in a fire. Decades passed until it was finally saved and revealed to the public in all its unholy glory. Dude, that is a write-up. That is how you fucking sell a product, baby. Goddamn. Okay. Wounded in battle, Soldier Mark, played by William Shatner himself, just prior to being cast in Star Trek, ventures to the remote village of Nomentum to find a well where the waters are said to be blessed with healing powers. Little does he suspect that the inhabitants of Nomentum are demonic seductresses who entice interlopers and lead them to damnation. And one such succubus, Kia, like the car, has her eyes set on Mark. As an eclipse shrouds the sun and darkness falls over the village, Mark and Kia Nero's relationship becomes more passionate. Will his soul survive? Will his soul survive? This sounds. It was filmed in Big Sur. Nice. That's cool, and it's a 4K, with right on with English subtitles, commentaries. Dude, this actually, this intrigues me, but like this is just like the beginning, guys. Let's see. Cursed film is cursed. This film may be hexed. Pop. Now that's yeah, no, that's how you fucking sell a movie, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, shit. I might have to pick that up. That sounds pretty legit. And you know what? Let's get their other smaller release here too. Rampo Noir. I've never even heard of this one right here. Four filmmakers from completely different backgrounds bring their radically personal takes on the stories of Japan. Japan's celebrated master of the macabre, Edogawa Rampo. Okay. In Mars Canal by music video director and visual artist Suguru Takeuchi, a lone man encounters the other side of his psyche beyond the reflective surface of a circular pond set in a desolate landscape. Japanese new wave auteur and longtime director of the Ultraman series, Akio Jisoji, harnesses his distinctive stylistic sheen in his story of a mad mirror maker, Mirror Hell. And Caterpillar sees a singular vision of cult director Hisayasu Sato at its most grotesque in his portrait of a wounded war veteran who returns from the front line as little more than a bloody torso. Holy crap. Helpless to defend himself against the increasingly perverted caprices of his embittered wife. A lot of seductresses and incubuses and perverted caprices of an embittered wives. Finally, a famous actor is subjected to the obsessive attentions of her limo driver. Crawling Bugs, the directorial debut of internationally acclaimed manga artist Atsushi Kaneko. Produced by the same team behind Ichi the Killer and Uzumaki. Dude, like they're selling me pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. This sounds. Then whoever's writing this, like if they got whoever wrote these descriptions and the guy who edits fucking Vinegar Syndrome's trailers together, they would be like an unstoppable force, in my opinion. Including let me see. Rampo Noir is a stylistic tour de force that vividly evokes the erotic, grotesque worlds created by Japan's pioneering proponent of horror and mystery fiction. Yeah, this set sounds legit, and it's I mean, I'm guessing it's just one movie with 4 like short films, but sounds like a good set of movies in my opinion. Now, the two big releases, the two big announcements, it's not Mallrats. That's been around for a while. That I really want to talk about is first of all, Tarsem Singh's The Cell. This has been rumored for a long time. Fun fact: Edogawa Rampo is the author's fun play on. I could see it. Edogawa Rampo, Edgar Allan Poe. That's funny. Yeah, no, The Cell on 4K. Comes with looks like a pretty nice fucking booklet here. I'm digging the poster. I mean, this is Tarsem Singh's fucking like signature movie here, right? It's like the one genuinely great artistic achievement that nobody can take away from Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, this movie I remember like every time it came on because we used to have one of those illegal cable boxes when I was a kid. We get pay-per-view and Showtime and HBO for free. And I remember when this hit HBO, man, like I would always just like sit back and just like watch minutes of it at a time. I don't think I've ever seen this movie all the way through, but like some of the imagery is always like stuck with me in this one. But yeah, this is one of its big releases here. The other big one, uh, yeah, the other big one's pretty fucking big deal. The last Quentin Tarantino movie that I really liked, by the way, and that's Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, this is look at this. I mean, that is a fucking set, man. Like the original poster, like it has some not just some like lithographs, but like some stuff from like the universe of the movie. Let me see. Cool cover. The original studio cover here. I wish I got have you seen The Fall? I've never seen The Fall, no. Unfortunately. Hey Mika, how you doing, man? Um yeah. I don't think no, I don't I've seen The Cell, but I haven't seen The Fall. Um but yeah, dude, like this is in my opinion the last truly great Quentin Tarantino movie, or at least the last one that like captured my attention. I'm not a fan of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really think that's like Tarantino's only not great movie in my opinion. But Inglorious Bastards is legit, and the 4K that's out there is one of those infamously awful 4Ks with the really bad transfer. No love for the Hateful Eight. I love that one more and more. Okay, here's my problem with the Hateful Eight. I've never seen it. And this is gonna be I might get canceled for this. Okay. So I've talked about before about how like some things in cinema, right? There's some things that are inherent to cinema, and that cinema like requires, right? And there's some things that cinema has from other mediums and other art forms that enhances it and has always been unhinged. Oh, definitely, definitely. And for me, dialogue is just one of those things. Dialogue is one of those things that is just like you don't need dialogue to make a good movie. I mean, cinema existed as like without dialogue for what, like 40, 50 years before sound came along. And listen, I'm not again, I like good dialogue as much as the next guy. I'm not here saying dialogue is like frivolous or anything like that, you know. But the thing is, my major criticism with Tarantino is he's really fucking good at dialogue and he knows it. You know, like he knows, he's aware. Everybody knows that like Tarantino dialogue is his fucking thing, you know. And I think that sort of led to this idea specifically because of his success, where like a good movie has to have that sort of like super emphasis on the dialogue to be elevated and all that shit, you know. Uh, and sort of getting back to Hateful Eight, the problem with Hateful Eight is that like it was sold to me, and I haven't seen it. I want to see it at some point, but the reason why he hasn't like spoken to me so far is because, from what I understand, it's like a 3-hour movie that mainly takes place in one location and is almost purely dialogue driven. And I'm just like in my head, I'm like, that's theater. Like that's a play. That's not a movie. And it's just like, to me, 3 hours of dialogue, like again, it's Tarantino dialogue. I'm sure it's like the best dialogue there ever was, you know, but it's not like appealing to me at all. Even if it is Tarantino, like I don't think like I don't know. It's just like it doesn't appeal to me. I'm pretty sure it's good if I were to sit down and watch it, but like literally, like whenever I'm like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like 3 hours of dudes in a room talk, or like in one area talking, and it's like, even if Tarantino directs the shit out of it, it's still gonna feel like a play, you know. But then again, that's just me from the outside. I maybe should just watch it one day, but it's daunting, you know. As long as it's not making endless callbacks from the 80s and 50s, I love cinema, right? Yeah. Nathan Lay Pains, they smashed the real guitar in second 1860. Oh, yeah. No, I heard that story. As a guitarist, that's unforgivable. I'll never watch it. The end. Yeah. And that is the last of the that is the last of the releases here today, which leads us to our final